Now we're removed from it a little bit. How's your sort of reaction to the draw? Have you got sort of more angry about the fact that Tyson didn't win, or are you okay with it?
Yeah, no, I'm not okay with it. You know, I thought it was a really bad decision, and I thought that Mexican judge got it, I mean, so far wrong. I've watched it back again. I tried to be generous, and I still thought that Tyson, you know, take the 2 knockdowns into consideration, which they score as a 10-8, and even come back stronger in the rounds when he got up, you know, on both occasions. But so they're 2 10-8s, so that's 4 rounds, and maybe one other round, and you know, maybe one. That's how I thought he won it by, how much he thought he won it by, and I was very disappointed. And you know, he's come back to a hero's welcome here. You know, the public, not just here in the States as well. I mean, nobody has said that Deontay Wilder won the fight. And by the way, you know, Deontay takes 2 to make a fight. You know, he did well in the fight, but you know, that was not a fair decision at all.
Not only did Tyson prove a lot of people wrong, I think his trainer in the corner, all but one person even seems thrilled with his performance.
I'm sort of puzzled by it. I've seen that interview with Freddie, and I've got a lot of respect for Freddie, but you know, why on earth did he come out with that? I mean, you know, Ben done a great job. The only reason Tyson Fury didn't win that fight was because of the judging, not because of Ben Davison. Ben Davison and him had a plan. They worked very hard for the last year. They've worked hard in getting his weight down, getting himself match fit, and working out a plan that worked. You know, if the judges had scored it correctly, Ben would be a hero. And for me, he's a hero anyway, because I watched him in the corner. Obviously, before the fight, you know, it was a big occasion for him. There were a lot of people who had doubts about him. You know, 26-year-old. Has he been to that level before? You know, what will happen if the panic sets in? Well, you know, things happened in that fight, the 2 knockdowns. I think they got their tactics right, and I'm surprised at what Freddie said. I mean, I'm a bit bewildered by it, and I don't know why he said that.
So for this rematch, which we'll get onto in a bit, after the fight, Deontay Wilder was saying that was the best Tyson Fury going to see, and not even a patch on the best Deontay Wilder. But surely that wasn't the best Tyson Fury we're going to see, as even his dad said it was 2 fights too soon.
Well,
right?
I mean, I think everybody did, didn't they? I mean, all the press going into the fight, I think 99.9% of the press all felt that he was going to get beaten or knocked out, which was, you know, wasn't the case. And for me, he validated the decision that we made between us to go for the fight. But he'll be a better fighter for that, and he's smart. Right, Tyson's a smart guy. You know, that was just boxing. He's a smart guy. He's not stupid, and you know, he wants it. And I'm quite sure next time he'll be even in more control of the fight. There were times in that fight, certainly in the last round, where Deontay looked in a little bit of trouble.
So you look very smug over there, Frank. Keep saying next fight, rematch.
Well, I'm saying
what do we know about it?
Well, look, it's been called for. Both fighters want it, and it's up to us to on the business side of it to make sure that it happens, and that's what we'll do. You know, we worked, as you know, very hard with BT to get it on, and we're going to do the same again. Everybody's got a great appetite for the fight. It's a bigger fight now. It's the biggest fight out there, and it will do great business both here and on the other side of the Atlantic.
And I suppose the big question is, where's it going to be? Because there's been talk of the football stadium. You've had a few football stadium fights in the last year. Yeah. They're always great. Huge events over here, huge numbers on pay-per-view over here. But then there's also the Vegas thing, which is, I think Deontay mentioned in the ring, he said wherever the most money is, and traditionally in boxing the most money is Vegas. So is there any steps forward on that?
No, not at the moment. But you know, all the things you're saying are quite logical, and that is the logical way of thinking. But Tyson wants to fight here, so we're going to do our best to try and get the fight in this country. Especially with the judges as well, I would have thought he wanted a bit more. Yeah, I mean, you know, you shouldn't have to think about that though. I mean, the judges should be totally impartial and, you know, and more importantly, do a proper job. Fighters shouldn't have to worry about that.
So let's talk about the 22nd of December and you're hosting the world title fight that evening.
Yeah.
A 50-50 fight, a brilliant fight between 2 entertaining fighters, and it's been put against a less prestigious fight. Well,
let's say how it is. You know, you've got 2 guys who are great fighters at their weight. They're in between them. If you've got to say there's 4 top guys in the world at their weight. They're 2 of them. And they're fighting each other. It's a bit like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. We got all that rubbish before. What do they know? No, the public don't know them and so on. This is a proper fight for the fans. This is a boxing AAA list fight. That's what it is. It's a fight that we're going to savour. But more importantly, against guys at the top of their game. Both of them have had a good year. They've come through good wins. Josh Warrington beat Selby in a fight again that people didn't, the majority of the press and media didn't fancy him in. Didn't just beat him, he took him to school. And Selby, I think, at that time was considered to be pound for pound the #1 British boxer. He did a job on him. Carl Frampton's come back with some magnificent wins. Looked great in his last time out. They're top of their game. This is a proper fight for the fans. This is the one that the fans, I believe, what boxing's all about. So what we're up against? We're up against Dylan White, who's already been done, was it in 7 rounds by Anthony Joshua, knocked out. And Derek Chisora, who's a competitor, don't get me wrong, he's a competitor. And they had a good fight out last time, and I thought that Chisora actually nicked the fight. But you've got Derek Chisora in 8 meaningful fights on his record, has lost 7 of them. And the only reason he's in this fight is because of a win over Takan when he was losing that fight and pulled out the lottery punch. That is why that fight's on. And look at the undercard that we got. Despite the fight, look at the great fights we got in the undercard. You've got Martin Murray, who's done extremely well. Fighting the former champion Hassan Nadam. That's a good fight. That's a 50-50 fight. The winner of that will be #1 and become the mandatory. So it's for the WBC silver belt, so that's good. Mark Heffron and Liam Williams. What do you need to say about that one? I mean, that is a quality fight. Mark now is 20-0. He's a good puncher. I like him. I think he's an excellent fighter. Against Liam Williams, who had 2 great battles with Liam Smith. And we've got Nathan Gorman, who's now in with a change of opponent. He's fighting Daniel Dubois' opponent. Daniel, as we know, has pulled out with flu from his fight on Saturday. So that's a good fight for him. The guy went the distance with Parker, world champion. So that's a step up for him, and that'd be an excellent fight for Nathan. We've got Michael Conlon's fighting Cunningham, so that's going to be a decent little scrap as well. Michael's over here. He's had a good career up to as yet, and he's certainly had a good year. So he'll want to finish on a bang as well. All the way down, it's quality all the way down. What's their undercard? David Price against Tim Little.
There's Billy Joe Saunders coming back, and it would be unfair to call that a 50-50 fight. He's said it himself.
Let's deal with Bill first of all. He's been out the ring for over a year. Yeah. He's had a lot of problems this year, some self-inflicted, some, I thought were wrong, and he was treated badly, certainly in Massachusetts. But he's been out the ring for a year, so he's going to come back. I want him to get into a fight before Christmas. He wants to get in a fight before Christmas to set himself up to make 2019 his year, his resurrection. He's inspired by Tyson Fury. What Tyson Fury did, they're very close friends. He's been inspired by that. So hopefully that inspiration will give him some focus. He's not fighting King Kong. We know that. We know what it is. I'm not going to be an apologist for that. It is what it is. We never sold the event based on the fact Bill was fighting who he's fighting. We just, he's in there, get some ring rust out of his system. The truth of the matter is, for boxing, this is the event that matters. This is the event that we announced long before they were on this date. We've not caused this to happen. We're about the fans. We're fan friendly. We want the fans to get the best fights, get value for money. We announced that. They decided to do this, and it's pretty stupid. It insults the fans. It's not right. It insults, more importantly, the boxers, because boxers are on percentages of pay-per-view. That's how they earn their money. Don't matter what anyone says, we will lose customers because there's 2 fights on, and they will lose customers. So the boxers are not getting the best chance to generate maximum income for the endeavours that they're putting into the ring. So it's not right. It's stupid. There's no sense to it. For me, it's like the zone, that Hearn's using the zone money to prop up what he's doing over here. Only in boxing, only boxing, or some certain people in boxing, can do their best to screw up the sport. I'm not sure the exact numbers, but every time Carl's fought, Sky put something up against him. They did the same thing with Josh. They've done the same thing. I mean, Carl's last fight, they put Carl on, if you remember, up against it. Carl fighting whoever he fought. And our show, we won the day on that. But the fact of the matter is, it's stupid. It's senseless. You know, it's absolutely senseless. Hearn doesn't do 52 British events a year, and nor do we. So how can you not space those dates out so that the fans, if it is a pay-per-view event, a worthwhile pay-per-view event, you know, a pay-per-view event that justifies that the customer's got to fork out more money than again on top of their subscription, that it should be a quality event. Why would you do that? It's not on. And when you look at us, I mean, we put quite a few, BT, we put some good world title fights on in the last few years, or the last 12 months. You have not seen one domestic world title fight if you're a subscriber on Sky. And I can complain about that because I'm a subscriber. I pay for my subscription on Sky. I want to know why, when Hearn done his deal with Sky, we're going to get X amount of world title fights a year. Why aren't they on there? They're not on there. The only time you can get a world title fight, you've got to pay for it.
And about the whole date booking thing, because Eddie's thing was that he said, "Oh yeah, well we booked this ages in advance."
Why didn't he announce it?
But
why didn't
you
they announce it?
Booked as well. You must have booked.
Well, we booked ours. We announced ours what, a good 2 months or whatever it was before they did. And the bottom line of it all is, you know, if they'd have had that date and they'd announced it, I certainly would not have run against it. There's no sense in that. Why would I have done that? It just wouldn't have happened. So it is what it is, and we've got to get on with it. No way we're pulling our show. You know, we're getting on with it with our fight, and out of that fight will come another great fight.
Whoever wins has, what, 3 huge fights potentially on the horizon, unification fights.
And it depends how the loser loses, because he's going to be back in ring. And it may be, which I really believe it's going to be a great fight that deserves an immediate rematch. Who knows?
Tommy Fury. Making his debut, professional debut.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. You know, Tyson brother, so he's signed with us, and I think we're opening the show up with him, so that's going to be good. And I'm hopefully, listen, if he's got a quarter of the talent of his brother, then we're going to be in for a good ride with him.
Is Tyson going to be there as well for a bit of a homecoming?
Yeah, I hope so. He'll be there and getting into the ring. Yeah, he'll be there. Yeah, he'll want to be there. So, looking forward to him being there. And
another one in Hatton's gym as well.
Yeah. I mean, God, they're all, you know. I'm pleased, you know, that Ricky's involved. I think Ricky's sort of Ricky, like a lot of fighters when they finish with boxing, lose their way, and he had a few problems himself. But this boxing for him has given him, like Tyson, has given him some direction, and he loves the training aspects of it. I know he does, Ricky, and loves being involved. It's good, you know. He was out there with Tyson in the corner, and he's great in the dressing room. I'm pleased for him, and I think, you know, he's got a little gem here that hopefully will come through and do the business.
And so Tommy will probably be, like you say, at the beginning of his career, he'll be knocking up quite a few fights in the next few months. What's in store for 2019, Frank? What do we have to look forward to after Christmas?
We're kicking off in February, 23rd of February, up in Leicester. The fight that we unfortunately lost through Sam Bowen's injury, the British super featherweight title, will be on against him and Ronnie Clark. Ronnie Clark, the viewers will probably remember, beat Zelfa Barrett. So that's a good fight. It's a cracking fight. So we'll kick off with that. Anthony Yard will be on the card. Unfortunately, his fight on the undercard of Tyson's fight show in LA didn't come off because of problems with the opponent. So he'll be making his 2019 debut, and there'll be some good fights on that card. So I'm looking forward to going to Leicester. Liam Woodstock will be coming back, and a lot of our youngsters will be on there as well. On the Yard thing, what kind of level are we looking at for the opponent this time? Because he's got a bit of time. He's got to be stepped up. You know, it's a shame. I mean, you know, it's a shame he didn't fight out there. It now means like he's out the ring for nearly 6 months. So we'll step him up. I'm meeting Tundi in the next couple of days. We'll sit down and we'll work out who he's going to fight. And then a couple of months after that, the big one. Yeah. Do it all over again. All over again. Yeah, fingers crossed, all over again. And we're going to be doing a show at the Royal Albert Hall. Oh, really? Yeah, we'll announce the date soon. So that'd be great in London, and we're going to put all our guys on it, all the Londoners. And when was the last time there was a boxing show there? That was the last time I did it. It was a few years ago, but we've gotten back into it. So they've got the bit between them. So it's a great venue for boxing, centre of London. So that's going to be good. I'm looking forward to bringing boxing back there. And we'll probably have Nicola Adams fighting for the world title as well.
Lovely. Well, cheers for your time, Frank.
Thank you, and thanks for all your support and over the last year. And we wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a happy early Boxing Day on the 22nd.
And what's the best present they can get?
The best present they can get, buy that pay-per-view. It's going to be a great show. Don't waste your money on the other stuff. Do not buy anything else, substitutes. Do not buy them. They are taking your money. They're taking you on. Buy the real deal. The real deal is the heavyweight title fight, which is going to take place next year. But the real deal is on the 22nd. Don't miss that fight. Frampton, Warrington, Frampton. It's going to be a cracker.
Whose corner are you in?
Warrington.
Frampton.
Live and exclusive on BT Sport Box Office.